Hi everybody, my name is Elisa. If you have been around my channel before, you might notice that I am in a bit of a weird environment right now, and that is because I'm currently visiting my parents in Austria. So I'm right now in my childhood bedroom, which is really quite nice, to be honest. It's nice to get a bit of a summer break and enjoy the countryside. But this is not why you're here. You're actually here to see me sew, and you will in a few seconds. Before I came here, I went through a bit of a Broderie Anglaise cotton phase, and I made two pieces. One is black and one is white that I actually ended up really enjoying, and I wanted to put them together in one video because I feel like it's sometimes nice to see the different things that you can make with a certain type of fabric. Broderie Anglaise is a sort of embroidered cotton that usually has some pattern on it that can feature holes. Very often you can see flowers or circular designs, and they often come with beautiful borders instead of selvages, which is really quite nice, so you can utilize those in your designs. So I wanted to show you how I went about using this fabric and the designs that I ended up with. I will be making two pieces in this video. One is a black romper that I have actually seen, or something similar I've seen in this movie with Julia Roberts and George Clooney that was really not that good. Ticket to Paradise, I think. Yeah, she wears a black cotton-like romper in that movie, and that was about the only thing I liked about that movie. And the other thing I'm gonna make is a white baby doll dress that I really whipped up because I was actually scared that day. I woke up very recently on a Sunday knowing I would be going out with friends for a pub lunch, and it was about 31 degrees at 8 a.m. in the morning, and I literally made that dress in about an hour and a half. You will see me in this video with no makeup on, so be kind. Anyway, before I keep on rambling here, let's jump into the video. I'm going to show you how I make both pieces, and then you can, judge for yourself which of the two you like better, and let me know in the comments which of the designs you prefer. Okay, listen, the heat wave is on here in London, and I am in such a mood to create my summer wardrobe from scratch. Actually, I always feel like I'm gonna do it like in spring, so everything is ready by the time it gets hot and I can actually wear it out, but it never really happens for some reason, so the game is on. I had a bit of time yesterday afternoon, so I just went out and about. I went to just go and see if I find something that inspires me, and I did find something that inspired me. I found this really cute Broderie Anglaise, which has this really cute circular design on it and a really nice border down here. So I'm thinking I'm gonna make a cute little jumpsuit out of this, a romper with shorts that I can just jump in and out of and look cute and put together, but at the same time stay cool, because this is obviously cotton, which is perfect for this hot season. I know that black isn't the ideal color for when it's really hot outside, but I don't know, I thought it could look really edgy and cool. So I'm gonna go with this today. So let me show you what I'm thinking in terms of design. I do really want to utilize this lovely border down here, so this is definitely going to be my hem for my shorts and also my cuff for my sleeves, because this is obviously going to have puff sleeves. So I want to keep it really simple. So the idea is that the main bodice is probably going to be really quite straight. So it could potentially also kind of look like a dress when you're like further away, but it is definitely shorts. So the bodice and the shorts are really one piece. I want the front to have a nice button tape. I think I'm just going to do snap buttons. The collar, if I can also utilize the nice border that we have, a little cute little standing collar. Everything is going to be tied together with a belt to give it a bit of shape. And then for sleeves, I want to do big puff sleeves and also have the little border down here at the cuff. And that's it. That was a very quick sketch. I want to keep the pattern as simple as possible if I can, which is why I think doing the bodice and the shorts in one piece will really make this a hopefully very quick make. The overall aesthetic of this is really quite preppy, which I think is so cute for such an easy summer make. Yeah, I think that's it. So let's go. I'm gonna repurpose a few pattern pieces. I have my standard bodice blocks here. You know the drill. Made them with my tutorial that's on my channel. So I'm gonna have one that has a about 45-degree dart in the bust in the front and a standard bodice block in the back. I'm gonna disregard the dart in the waist though and just do the shoulder one. So I'm gonna plop this onto this trouser pattern that I made a couple weeks ago. Now the important bit about the trousers is that I get the length of the shorts right, because seeing that I want to use this border, I will not be able to shorten the shorts eventually. So I have to get the length of those right away. You do that by taking a tape measure, holding it against your crotch and seeing how far down you want the shorts to go, and that's how long your shorts need to be. You just draw it out from there. So I'm now gonna make a few alterations, put this whole new romper pattern onto a piece of paper, and then hopefully we can take it from there. It is now hot enough for the fan to be on, so that is what you hear here in the background. The pattern is done and I'm holding it upside down now, but this is kind of what it looks like. It's really funky. I think this wins the prize for the funkiest looking pattern piece of this year so far. So this now is going to be cut, and then we can sew the romper. All my pieces are cut and I'm feeling a little bit apprehensive right now. And I think it's the heat. I think it's just, I don't know. Today's a hard day to sew, but I want to. Like, I feel it in my fingertips. I want to sew, so I'm gonna turn my sewing machine on now and hope for the best. Okay, before I move on, I need to sew the darts into my front pieces. Okay, now that the darts are in, we can find the back, place it right sides facing up. Then we find the front and place it right sides touching onto the back, somewhat like this. And the side seams. And the important bit about the side seams now is that we start from the hem of the trousers, because this is what needs to match up. There's no discussion about that. Since we have the border down there, it needs to match up perfectly. I do find myself making more black things now since I realized that I don't have a lot. Black it is. Front and back is pinned together, and now I'm gonna go ahead and sew all of those sections. Okay, we have a romper. It's not that bad. I like the length of the shorts. I like the width of them. Look a little bit like a skirt from the side. But the overall torso height is a little bit too short, so I will have to make the crotch a little bit bigger and hope that that solves that issue and I don't feel this tension in my center front. And in the center back too. So let's see if that changes anything. Good morning. It is the next day. I am very busy out and about today, so I don't actually have a lot of time to sew, but I thought I used a couple of minutes I do have this morning to insert the sleeves. So these are the sleeves. Aren't they the cutest? So I basically just, when they were open, folded the cuff up, sewed a 1 centimeter tunnel that I inserted an elastic into, which is actually coming undone here. Good thing. I'm checking. This needs fixing. Okay, fixed. What was that? Basically, I just inserted an elastic is the bottom line of this, and now the sleeves look like that. I also added a basting stitch up here that I can now use to gather up the shoulder of the sleeve to fit the armhole of my bodice. If you have been around here, you've seen me do this about 20 times minimum, because these are my preferred sleeves, I guess. I like puff sleeves, I like big sleeves, I like anything that makes my shoulders wide and big and imposing to underline how wide and big and imposing I already am. So this is kind of what I like to do. Before I then start to pin the sleeves into the bodice and actually can see what I need to gather it down to. Alright, it's been a couple of days since I recorded for this last. It's been really hot and humid here in the UK, and I'm having a hard time getting the motivation to sew because it's just, yeah, it's a bit energy draining right now. Anyway, I have completed the bodice of the jumper, the romper, and it looks like this. And I'm really determined to finish it off today. I actually had to give the closing mechanism of it all a little bit more thought because I didn't do that when I cut all of the pieces, which is a little stupid. I should have done that before. But I'm going to show you the elements that I have here now that I'm going to use to give the center front of the romper a really nice working finish. Okay, so I have a couple of elements here that I'm going to use to finish off the center front. First of all, I have my facing that I simply created by copying the entire neckline. So this is going to go around my neck and down the center front real easily. I have a facing plaque. I don't know if that's the correct term for it, but this is basically what's going to hide the zipper in the front and just make it look really seamless. I pieced together the remaining decorative border that I had left to create this nice standing collar that I'm gonna sandwich in between the lining and the actual romper to give it a nice finish there. And I have a zipper that is the correct length. However, I'm gonna shorten this a little bit. My plan is to not have the zip close all the way up to my neck, but just about where my arm size / bust line is, because I want to wear the romper quite relaxed in the front. So I'm probably gonna put the zipper in like this, so this top section is always gonna stay open. I don't see myself wanting to close this ever really, so this is what I'm gonna do to have it nice and relaxed. So once the zip is sewn in, I can go ahead and place the facing, which looks like this. I'm gonna open it up. I start at the center back and I pin everything together, right sides touching. But I also want to place my collar. So I need to grab that first, find the center point and start at the center back here. I want to do all of this at once, placing the collar, placing the facing. So I really only have to sew that part once. Okay, now that the collar is pinned, I grab my actual facing and do the same thing. I start by placing the center back on top of each other, and then I just reuse the pins I just placed to also put the facing in place. So the facing in the center front is basically sandwiching the zipper in between the shell and the facing, so we have a really clean look there. Whew. Now give all of this a very good press. Alright, so almost done. I have understitched the facing and the neckline, so everything is now standing upright the way I wanted it to. You could leave it here because everything's nice and clean with the zipper in the front, but I don't want the zipper to be visible. So what I could do is I could either go ahead and use some interfacing to press the center front in place and make the zipper truly invisible like that. That will work. But I also have this zipper facing here, and I'm planning to place that along one side of my zipper. So I'm going to open it up and I'm going to pin it down. So I can now choose which side that's supposed to be. Do I want it on the right side or do I want it on the left side? And I'm thinking, since I open it with my right side, usually I'm gonna go ahead and place it on the left side. Okay, listen, I'm gonna be real with you here for a second. I just woke up, like literally, it's Sunday, and it is currently 8:13. 8:13. I just woke up. I'm not wearing any makeup. I'm gonna be really real here. It is gonna be the hottest day of the year today. It's gonna be 30 degrees. I have this beautiful Broderie Anglaise fabric and I have an idea for it, and I know that I can make it really quickly. I'm gonna go have lunch with my friends today in a 30-degree heat, but also I want to go and have breakfast with my boyfriend who's currently out for a jog. So I'm really quickly gonna sew this up into a bubble frock that I've been wanting to make this week and I didn't get to it, but now's the time. So let's see how quickly I can make this. Okay, Ophelia, she comes to the rescue as per usual. Front and back is what I need. I got this Broderie Anglaise really by accident somehow when I was in the shop on Gold Talk Road recently, and I just looked at it for a second and the guy was like, hey, do you want this? I only have a little piece left. I'm gonna give 2.5 meters to you for 25 quid. Oh yeah, please give it to me. I want. So here I am with 2.5 meters of Broderie Anglaise, which is really just cotton, which makes it perfect for a scorched day like this. The plan is for this to become a really cute v-necked dress. Okay, so this is hopefully gonna be easy. I have my front pieces here and I want to close the center front. This does have a right and a wrong side, and I place the pieces so that the right side is facing each other. Okay, so without pins, without sewing it first, I'm just gonna put this into my overlocker and sew the seam. Center front is sewn. Now, center back is closed already because I've placed that on a fold. What I didn't do yet though is actually place my darts, so I have to do that now. Didn't think about that. Question is, do I need darts? I don't need darts. I don't need darts. Let's remove the dart. The dart is at wide. Boom. Gone it is. A dart. Who needs a dart when you just have a smock dress? Just a little baby doll. Okay, so I open the back so the right side is looking up, and then I place front on top of it so that the right side is looking down and facing with the back. So now I place my shoulders, which now should match up, and they do. Just quick pins. So these. Okay, dress is sewn together. I'm gonna try it now. Okay, good news is that the shape of the dress fit perfectly. However, it does need, of course, a lining, because otherwise it's gonna be see-through. I just quickly copied what I did in a lining fabric that I just had lying around conveniently, and now I'm gonna simply attach the two with each other around the neckline, and that also finishes the neckline perfectly. How convenient. So I'm starting at the V. I put the shell into the lining, making sure the right sides are facing. I pin together the V, then I find the shoulder seams and try to match those up, which they do. Perfect. You can tell it's hot when all the neighbors are already awake and outside when it's 8:55 in the morning. Okay, the neck hole is now pinned together perfectly, and I'm gonna sew this on my sewing machine. Okay, lining is in, dress fits like a glove, and now I'm gonna insert the sleeves. But before I do that, I'm gonna cut back the shoulders a little bit. I'm gonna add a basting stitch to the shoulder. Okay, first sleeve is in, second sleeve to go. Design-wise, I'm really happy with this already. I'm currently contemplating whether or not I want to add the trim to the hem, because it's already quite like cutesy cute, and I don't want to look like a toddler, if you know what I mean. So I'm not entirely sure that's a good plan.
come again tomorrow. There's a new day to wash away the pain. There's a new day to take away your sorrow. And the old ways get washed out by the rain. Darling, you've got to keep holding on through the night, 'cause I promise you this: if you try to get some sleep, if you give up the fight, if only just for a bit, there's a new day to leave behind your troubles. There's a new day, and it will set you free. There's a new day to get you through your struggles. I will always think of you and me. Darling, you've got to keep holding on through the night, 'cause I promise you this: if you
Alright guys, that's it. Those are the two pieces that I made. I actually ended up really liking both of them. I only brought the white cotton dress to my stay here in Austria. I think the main reason is that the black romper looks really cute. So aesthetically I prefer the black romper. However, the white cotton dress is just so much more comfortable. And I don't actually have a lot of like events or fancy things that I plan on going to while I'm here. So I just wanted to go for comfort really, which is why I only brought that one. Anyway, what do you think? Which of the two do you prefer? What do you think about my approach to the designs? Would you like making one of the two designs for yourself? Just let me know. And as always, I see you next week. Bye. Day, and I just made it really quickly in the morning. Wat skipt? Het is in oud. Dat scheelt maar niet. Zit er wel? Nou, dat is offen, maar soms is het onderschied. Wat wil je jetzt?